morning. Well, I had an eventful night last night. Can't really talk about it because it's private, but at 11 p.m. my youngest called me from a sleepover. I immediately answered because it's 11 p.m. and she goes, I just want to tell you I can't get my earrings in and I think my earring hole's closed. I said, okay, that's something I can deal with tomorrow. Why'd she call me? I have no idea. And then I had some other stuff, but I'm dragging a little bit this morning. So my hair's done, pretty much dressed. I don't know if I want coffee this morning. I might wait and have coffee near the place that I work. I wonder if this needs to be. Alright, we got our lunch that we packed yesterday. Our new bag. I just need a nice pack. I forgot to take these out. Also forgot to take out the string cheese. Okay. Got an ice pack in. Got my lunch. Got my grapes. I need to throw in some silverware. Our silverware. Then I'm going to throw in this banana and some of the same snacks like the Built Bar. I'm not going to do a string cheese because these were from yesterday. I forgot about them. I got notebook, pens, Lily rubbing against my leg. I'm actually not hungry this morning, but I know I need to eat something. Apparently she wants me to watch her eat. All right, show me. Show me. Where are we going, in here? This is where we're going? Or you just want attention? Do you want to eat your food? Are we empty? Hold on. Let's see what you're trying to do here. Hold on, I think I manually need to feed her. Hold on. Okay, I spilled food all over the place. But I had to manually do it because this is what did say that the rotor's stuck. Now I gotta figure out why he doesn't have food. If his is stuck too. Let me try to feed him. I'm very confused because the door was shut last night. I don't know why there's not food in his. I'm so not as hungry today as I was all week. Decided I'm just gonna have some bites of cottage cheese. Probably gonna regret this decision, so I'll have like my Built Bar and stuff like that for later on if I need something. But for now, I'm gonna eat this and then get ready for work. And I guess I'll see you after work, and we'll decide what we're gonna do.
So here is an old tattoo that Delilah got from the people you're about to see her new tattoo from. Her and Tony went and got tattoos this day, and I put in pictures. So she got this cherub, and then he got a dinosaur. Hopefully that didn't just come through and ruin my voiceover, the people in the background riding motorcycles. And then this is his dinosaur that he got. They decided to have a day together to go get tattoos as a birthday present for her. And they came out so good.
So, I'm exhausted. I totally have forgot to film anything. Honestly, after work I came home, I laid down on my bed for a while, got up, ate dinner. I ended up eating a little bit of penne pasta with some cottage cheese mixed in. I had plenty of room for carbs today, and calories. I didn't consume a lot. I'm good now because I had pasta. But, okay, so, as you can see, I'm freaking tired. So, I have an idea. I think I have a backlog of old videos, old cleaning videos and stuff like that. So, because I only made, I don't know what is on my finger, 2 videos today, I think I'm gonna add an old video. Just go ahead and edit an old video that I've been looking at anyways and figuring out when I want to edit it. I have a bunch of videos that I made last year that I never edited or did anything with. So I'm going to attach that to this video and you get to enjoy a past video. That's it. That's all that it is. A blast from the past. So I hope you enjoy. I don't know what video I'm going to choose yet. I'll let future Amber decide that when she goes to edit this video.
So today I decided to go with a video from 2 years ago where I cleaned my daughter's bedroom. It was an absolute disaster and definitely a time where I was not holding her accountable enough for cleaning her own room, and it got to the point where she couldn't maintain it, so I stepped in this day to help get it cleaned up and get it back to where she can maintain it. It's crazy that this was 2 years ago, though, to look back on now. Still obsessed with pandas, though, if anybody cares to know that. The wildest part about this being 2 years ago is this was a time where my memory was really bad. I was very deep into depression. I don't actually quite entirely remember doing this room. I remember like bits and pieces of it because I do remember at the end of this video I was gonna do like a whole transition where I had made her bed. So I cleaned the entire room except for putting fresh laundry on her bed because it was being washed at the time. And I never actually showed finishing the bedroom, but there's enough footage here where you can get the gist of what I did and how much cleaning I did. And we are kind of watching this together, and maybe I'll be surprised at what we find. The other crazy thing about this being 2 years ago is that while I'm currently voiceovering this video, my daughter is 2 years older and has been held to a higher standard since this. And she's actually currently upstairs cleaning her room as I'm filming this, which is funny. And I think that's one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead with this, is because we've gone such a far journey to where her room used to look to where it is now. And actually, within the next couple months, we are actually going to be giving her a room makeover. And I'm very excited about that. We're going to paint the walls. We're going to do a lot of stuff in this room because she did get a lot of hand-me-down stuff from her older sister. Down to the paint color on these walls. This was originally a paint color her sister had picked out because this originally was her sister's room. The bed also was her sister's old bed. When Addie moved out of the rainbow room, which is now the green room, she was still young, and she had went from a loft bed in the rainbow room to a queen size bed in this room, and she was okay with keeping the wall color and everything like that, but over years it's become marred. She messed it up from when she was younger, things like that, plus it has damage from when my oldest had the room. So we are looking into getting her new furniture currently, looking into painting the room, everything like that. Eventually the plan is, which you will see in a lot of these upstairs rooms, is they're covered in paint. It's a theme with all the rooms that you see or will see upstairs. Every single one of them have paint on them. Majority of this paint is from the previous owners. Some of it's from us because when we moved in and painted, we decided, well, it's already covered in paint. The plan is to eventually get carpet, but we wanted to finish renovating the house before we actually put carpet in. So we are pretty much at the end of that journey with renovating the house because we did put an astronomical amount of work into here. Like, a lot of the drywall we put in upstairs and downstairs is new in certain areas. A lot of these rooms they had boys, teenage boys, so there was holes in the walls, there were BB gun holes in the walls, there were different things like that. So Tony and I worked very hard to get this house into a good shape where there weren't holes and things were kind of cleaned up a little bit better. It was a bit of a fixer-upper, but that's okay. We've got it to where we want it now, except for annoying things like this. The floors, they're not pretty. They're not necessarily dirty, although Addie's room right here, very debatable on how dirty it is. But they are clean floors. They are just covered in paint and it's old wood on the flooring. So we want to go ahead and fix that and add carpet. And I think that's going to be one of the last touches we'll end up doing to this house because of how much work we've put into it. And the floors are just ugly and definitely need covered up. So actually, the vanity that you see here to the right and the wooden nightstand don't even exist in this house anymore. That vanity went to the playroom for a while, which was the rainbow room back then, had turned into the playroom because she still played with toys then. And then this nightstand, this wooden one, she didn't really need anymore. So I consolidated that and got rid of both of those things. So those don't even actually exist anymore. So the only original things that she has in her room today is the bed and the dresser. And I think she even has a different TV. I do believe we ended up upgrading her TV at one point, and she has a full-on desk in her room now instead of a vanity that she can use for her arts and crafts and drawing and homework and things like that. So we've already started updating her room a little bit, but I'm excited to give her a full on room makeover and see where she goes inspiration wise with what she's going to want in there. So, funny thing about voiceover magic is that the voiceover that you just heard was actually 2 days ago. I did not end up finishing the voiceover on this on this video. It's it's currently 4 o'clock in the morning that I'm recording this. I'm up getting ready for work. I have some downtime, so I decided I would do a little bit more of this voiceover, and then I'll probably have to finish the rest after I get home from work. But I had a very busy weekend, and I filmed both of them, which I'm actually very excited to go through that footage and work on those. But for now, I gotta finish the voiceover on this video where I'm cleaning Addison's room from 2 years ago. When we went shopping yesterday, I took Addison out and we did like a mommy-daughter day, and I actually ended up letting her get some new room decor while we were out, and we're gonna put that away until we do her room makeover. But she got some really cool stuff yesterday. New pillows, new blankets, a little bit of decorations that she really liked. And I'm very excited to update her room and give her more of a grown-up room that's more customized to her and the things that she likes. A lot of the decor and a lot of the stuff that she has in her room right now was from a younger version of her, obviously, who likes different things. I guess aside from pandas, she still is obsessed with pandas. And actually, the pandas got started by one panda. It was a panda that she got from a 50-cent claw machine. It was like a little Beanie Baby type panda. And they had a 50-cent claw machine at the laundromat. We had to go to the laundromat one day because I don't think our washer or our dryer was down. I'm not sure which one, but the point of the story is that she went with me to the laundromat, and I let her take some extra quarters to go play some of the games and get snacks that they had there. And she ended up winning this panda, and from there it took on a life of its own. She has done research on pandas. She adores pandas. When we go on vacation, we often have to give her a panda quota for the amount of pandas that she's allowed to buy on that vacation. We even have a panda board game. Yeah, a panda board game. She has panda toys, she has panda collectibles, panda figurines, a panda purse. It is a wild collection, but it's fine. It's something that she really does love and really is passionate about, so we let her keep a healthy collection of them. Some might say it borders on too many, but not her. So I'm just very supportive of this. So usually when I do a deep clean of her room, I move her room around and rearrange the furniture and give it kind of a fresher look, and it kind of just gives her a different perspective for a little while, moving her room around. I used to love moving my room around when I was a kid and constantly rearranged my furniture all the time. I'm so excited to edit the videos from this past weekend. So, Saturday, I had kind of a girls' day, spa day, shopping day with one of my best friends. I'm very excited to update that video and get that put out, but that's going to be like next week. I think I'm about a week behind with editing videos to getting them out to recording them. So I'm sitting somewhere about a week behind. So the videos that you see are actually a week earlier than the time frame that I'm actually in, if that makes sense. I feel like kids' rooms are usually just messy. A lot of kids' rooms that I've been to or seen are an absolute disaster because they're still learning how to be held responsible and how to keep up and how to clean. And Addison is very much a maximum, well, how do you say it? She likes the maximum amount of stuff. It's not a minimalist, and I cannot apparently say the word maximalist. Nope. I'm not even going to try anymore. I hope that just gave you a really good laugh because that's never happening again. She likes a lot of stuff. Even with her room makeover, she wants stuff. She wants decorations. She wants trinkets. Like, she loves her stuff. And so we have to figure out a creative way for her to be able to have her stuff and be able to display her stuff and not have it take up every single surface like it does now. So I think that she's going to end up with a new bed and a new dresser. This dresser is starting to fall apart in certain areas. Some of the drawers don't close away all the way. And I actually painted this dresser. It was a dresser that existed in the house when we first moved in. I cleaned it and painted it white because her trundle bed that she had was white. And this actually fit perfectly underneath her trundle bed, and it actually looked like a set that came together when I was done with it. And so now I remember this part. I was standing back and trying to figure out the best location for this dresser and the best way to move this room around, and I ended up going where I turned it sideways and kind of wedged it in there between the bed and the wall. And then I also took her TV and kind of pivoted it sideways. And she had a lot of her rock collection sitting on this dresser, like next to her TV. So where my husband works, he comes across a lot of rocks and a lot of really cool things and stuff like that. So when he finds a really cool rock or a really cool fossil or anything like that, like he's found a couple fossils that were like sea life fossils that had like shells and things like that, not dinosaur fossils, but she kind of loves that stuff, and she gets very excited when Tony brings her home a new rock that he had found while he was working, and she displays them. We are running into a problem where now she has a lot of rocks, a lot of really cool things, and the display area, the display ratio that we have to display the cool things that she owns is dwindling by the day. So this room makeover, he's come up with a lot of really cool ideas, like putting shelves around her room, like around the top of her room, so that she can display a lot of her stuff there. While I was listening to some parts of this voiceover, I was looking at some of my old videos that I have been making, like from day one and on from there, and I've done some really cool stuff. I painted my new bedroom, I have done several weigh-ins, I've gone thrift shopping, I've gone to a concert, I've gone to wrestling, I've seen a steam train, I've worked out so many times in these videos. I've mowed the grass, I saw my daughter turn 18 during this. It has been so cool to be able to record daily and see what my life is like. Because sometimes you don't really think about it. Like, you just go through the day. Sometimes you go through the motions. Like, Tony and I have been taking more dates. We recently went to a turtle pond and had a picnic. That's so cool. I got to see a really cool coffee shop. I've become closer with my friends. I just am enamored watching back through these videos. Today is day 34 that I am doing this for voiceover for. So that means in 34 days I have done stuff. I have made videos that were worth recording and talking about and putting out there. Now, here coming up, like this video, and there will be a couple in the future where I don't really record much because I am struggling a little bit with finding a work-life balance. I went from being a stay-at-home mom for 11 years to working, even though it is part-time, out of the house and trying to do more stuff for myself. And I have a little bit of guilt over that and it feels selfish, and I hate feeling selfish. Because I have spent the last 11 years throwing myself deeply and completely into being a stay-at-home mom and a wife, and just pouring everything that I had into everybody else. I never made room to even think about doing things for myself because it often made me feel guilty, and I struggle with feeling guilty. I struggle with feeling selfish. I struggle with putting myself first and doing things for myself. Now, do I recognize that by doing that I'm absolutely feeling better mentally and physically? Absolutely. I'm losing weight. I am getting clear. I have a clearer mind. I have so many positive things that have happened in these past 34 days. But then I struggle with not being here all the time. I struggle with not being here for all of the moments. And I do see where my husband comes from with a lot of this stuff, because for the past 11 years, he did get to miss a lot of these things. He did get to miss milestones. He did get to miss so many cool things that I was able to be here for. And I think I took that for granted for a while. I struggled so hard with needing to feel independent or needing to feel like I can do this on my own, that I often would push. And it wasn't out of even being selfish. It was, I felt like I needed to be able to help more or be better, like extend myself more. I should have been able to work and be a stay-at-home mom somehow in my brain. I don't know. I never said it made sense. It doesn't. I absolutely get that. But that's how it felt. Like I wanted to be able to work and provide and be a good mother and be a good wife and extend myself for everybody else and be as accommodating as possible for everybody else without being a burden. You don't know it, but the next part of this clip started, and apparently that's when I decided to start listening to music, and I got a jump scare of very loud music in the background, and it definitely made me laugh because it made me jump in my seat. That was so funny. Anyways, I'm not going to go on about that. I talk about my struggles a lot. I would like to keep it more positive and upbeat. This room, although it was bad and messy, did only take me the day to clean and go through. I kind of just kicked her out and decided I'm going to do this, and kind of cleaned it up and made my own decisions. And then every once in a while I would call her into the room and get her opinion about things, whether she wanted to keep them or throw them away. I do see that the vanity stayed in her room this day. I don't remember when we ended up taking this vanity out, but we eventually did, and mostly because my dad bought a desk and it didn't fit well with the office that Tony and I currently have, so we ended up building the desk and putting it together and putting it into Addie's room. So we ended up taking out this vanity and replacing it with an actual desk for her, which she gets more use out of because she does a lot of drawing and a lot of arts and crafts, and a desk is just way more practical. And she can also use the desk for her makeup. Yes, she does love doing her makeup. She does love watching videos and learning routines and different things like that. So a desk was just more practical for everything that she wanted to do versus a vanity, which is really only good for her sitting and doing her makeup. And this vanity was for a younger version of our girls. It was originally Delilah's when she was little, and then Addison wanted it. It's had a lot of wear and tear. Addison put stickers all over it. At one point, Delilah, I think, spilled nail polish remover or something, so some of the finish on the top of it is coming off, and it was starting to get a little rickety, so we just decided it was time to go. Both of the girls had outgrown it, and if anything, Delilah ended up getting a much bigger vanity for her room, and Addison doesn't really need one. She can accomplish what she needs with a big desk with lots of drawers and space to put all of her stuff. I ended up moving all of her pandas out of her closet and utilizing the space I made over here this day and bringing her pandas out and displaying them a little bit more because I wanted to use her closet for actually hanging stuff up again, and I felt like the pandas in the closet were too cumbersome and took up too much room, and it made it very hard to hang things. I still can't quite believe that this video was almost 2 years ago. It's wild to think about that, and the fact that I thought to record a lot of these videos, but I never had the willpower to sit and edit as many as I have been now. And I am glad that I do have this old footage to use for these videos that I can still display and showcase, but also talk about the things that I've done differently since these videos. Yes, these old cleaning videos are horrific. They are so messy, full of crap. It took me days, if not a week, to do a whole house clean. One room would take me an entire day sometimes. It got so bad. And now I can do an entire house clean in a day, or pick up a little bit within a day, if not 2 if it gets really bad. My house is kind of bad right now because I have been struggling with trying to find time between work and my free time with doing other things. Like this weekend I had a spa day, a fun day, and then the day after I ended up taking Addison out and having a day with her because she was having a really bad weekend, and I kind of wanted to lighten the mood. And instead of focusing on the house and the laundry that needed done and the stuff that I was falling behind on in the house, I instead pushed that back again and made sure that she was taken care of and that she was in a good place and smiling and having fun. And she and I had one of the best days together yesterday. I'm actually debating on putting in 1 or 2 songs into this video just to kind of like add something. My voice is getting scratchy. I am falling behind on not only my housework but editing these videos. I usually have a backlog of videos, but my last one that I had backlogged and done and edited actually uploads today. So I have nothing to upload tomorrow, which is this video. So I think in an attempt to kind of get this done and uploaded, I am going to add in a couple songs so that you don't have to hear me talk the whole time.
Did you wait too long? Tell him that you love him, but he's already gone, darling. Did you make 2 wrongs? Know that daddy never made a right before, darling. You were never made to be the judge, darling. He never changed his way for me to budge, darling. It's feeling like a cold dark wind and the sun still behind the trees, yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave, yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark wind and the sun still behind the trees, yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. everybody gon' die someday. Did you waste my time, knowing damn well we can press rewind? One day I'll be everything you ever wanted. Until then I'll be out here fighting like it's nothing. Through the cold dark winter, it's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave. Yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave. One day I'll be everything you ever wanted. Until then I'll be out here fighting like it's nothing. Through the cold dark winter, it's feeling like a cold dark winter. It's feeling like a cold dark winter. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave. Yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave. Yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave.
Wanna clear a bottle of Cabernet. Wanna stay home, not even drink. Wanna get out of my own head. Wanna lay down, overthink. I wanna cry every tear I got. Put on a dress, be a stranger's dream. Lock up this heart of mine, wanna wear it on my sleeve. I kinda wanna hate you, but I wanna love you too. I wanna hold you close and let you go. Find someone new, and I wish it wasn't, but my mind's made up in two. What's killing me the most is knowing two things can be true. Wanna throw away your vanity. Wanna wear it to sleep tonight. Wanna wipe our slate clean. Wanna pick this thing up right where we left off. Wanna block your number, take one last time, make it another. Wish I was one or the other. I kinda wanna hate you, but I wanna love you too. I wanna hold you close and let you go. Find someone new, and I wish it wasn't, but my mind's made up in two. What's killing me the most is knowing two things can be true. If it's black, it's white. If it's wrong, it's right. Soon as I pick one, I switch sides. I kinda wanna hate you, but I wanna love you too. I wanna hold you close and let you go. Find someone new, and I wish it wasn't, but my mind's made up in two. What's killing me the most is knowing two things can be true. Two things can be true. Two things can be true.
All right. I was in a little bit of a country mood this morning. Oh, look, there's my oldest there, talking to me. She's so freaking funny. She was telling me a story about something. Anyways, I was in a bit of a country mood, so I decided to put in a couple country songs that I liked. that I thought would be really fun to listen to. So I listen to a lot of different types of music. I listen to rock, I listen to punk, I listen to country, I listen to rap, I listen to metal. Like, my music tastes are all over the place. If you listen to even my workout playlist, you would be laughing at the jumps that it makes all over the place. So just today I was in kind of like a calmer country mood and decided to play those two songs. We are going to be hopefully wrapping up these videos pretty soon. I'm going through, finally I've got the room moved around and cleaned and wiped down. So this is where I start taking off the stuff that I threw onto her bed, finding homes for stuff, reorganizing the stuff, or throwing away the things that she didn't need or use. Now, I do not show a finished product of the room. I did not end up finishing like a this is everything after. However, you can see just by following through the video where I was and what I did and where I moved the room around. I think I am meant to do a transition where you're looking at the bed and then all of a sudden you see the bed made, but I surely did not do that. I'm sure that I wandered off or got tired and decided that it would be enough. My dog is being very loud in the background right now. Her room is not set up like this currently. We ended up moving it around again. There's Lily in the background. She's so dang sweet. I love that little girl. Lily actually is technically supposed to be Addison's cat, and she chose Addison. We went to we went to somebody's house where we got Hamilton, our dog, from, to go visit them and so that they can see Hamilton. And we were sitting there talking to them, and this kitten jumped on Addison's lap and would not leave Addison the entire time we were there. Just was in love with Addison. And Addison, you can see very quickly, was also becoming in love with this cat. God, my feet were so dirty. That's absolutely disgusting. Anyways, so we were getting ready to leave this house, and we go, okay, Addison, you have to put the cat down. It's time to head home. And Addison just starts crying her eyes out because in the short amount of time we've been at this house, she has absolutely fallen in love with this cat. And the owner of the house goes, oh, you guys can take her with you. She was dropped off as a stray with a bunch of like her siblings because they lived out in the country. And somehow we both became suckers, her dad and I, and let her bring this cat home. Now, although this cat is supposed to be Addison's cat, Lily is obsessed with Tony. Tony is one of her absolute favorite people, and the only person that she will let really just hold her. Any female who tries to hold her, she's like, no thank you, would rather not. I like to think that if Lily were a human, she would be the most prissy human possible and be like, ew, no, don't touch me, right? Oh look, a sweet tea. I had talked about this in a previous video. I really loved sweet teas, and I really loved McDonald's. It was a huge problem. I can guarantee you that at some point I ended up ordering this in my meal. I've talked before about the calories. I'm not going to talk about it again, but I can guarantee that's what's in that cup is a sweet tea. Okay, so we are wrapping up the end of this video. I started putting stuff into a closet. I swept up the last of the trash. I'm working my way out the door, being done with the room. I had the intention of washing her bedding and bringing it back in and showing that. Again, I did not. So what you're going to see is just the video shutting off abruptly and me just being done. So If you're here with me today, day 34, thank you for being here. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, I will go back and watch them. They're a lot of fun. If not, I hope to see you for day 35 or so on, or if you're going to come in and out, but I'm on a miraculous journey and I'm making some positive changes and big changes, and I'm very excited to share with you the rest of my journey.